Our story begins with atoms, the building blocks of everything. These tiny particles, forged in the hearts of stars, came together in an extraordinary dance billions of years ago. They formed atoms, then complex structures, eventually giving rise to the miracle of life on Earth. Imagine the primordial soup teeming with organic molecules. Simple, single-celled organisms emerged, replicating and evolving over eons. They adapted to their environment, harnessing energy from the sun and the earth. The journey from single-celled organisms to complex life was long and arduous. Yet, life persisted, driven by an inherent drive to survive and multiply. Millions of years passed, and the evolution of life continued. From the primordial soup arose a dazzling array of creatures, each uniquely adapted to its niche. Among them were the first primates, our distant ancestors. Around 7 million years ago, in the heart of Africa, a new lineage emerged, the ancestors of humankind. These were ape-like creatures that began walking upright on two legs. This shift to bipedalism freed their hands, allowing them to use tools and explore their surroundings in new ways. They learned to cooperate, share food and resources, and pass knowledge down through generations. This period of diversification set the stage for the emergence of our own species, Homo sapiens. As Homo sapiens emerged in Africa, other human species were already flourishing in different parts of the world. One such species was Homo neanderthalensis, commonly known as Neanderthals. They inhabited parts of Europe and Asia, adapting to colder climates and developing sophisticated tools and hunting techniques. For thousands of years, Neanderthals and Homo sapiens shared the planet. Around 40,000 years ago, Neanderthals vanished from the fossil record. We carry within us the legacy of our extinct cousins. Around 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens emerged in Africa. We weren't the only humans on the planet, but we possessed a unique set of traits that would ultimately set us apart. Our large brains, capable of complex thought and language, allowed us to communicate, cooperate, and innovate in unprecedented ways. One of the key factors contributing to the success of Homo sapiens was our remarkable adaptability. We were able to thrive in a wide range of environments, from the African savanna to the frozen tundra of the Arctic. This adaptability stemmed from our ability to learn, share knowledge, and pass it down through generations. This cognitive revolution marked a profound shift in our evolutionary trajectory. Part 5. The Cognitive Revolution: Language and Imagination. The development of language was arguably the most significant event in human history. It allowed us to connect with one another on a deeper level, share our thoughts and emotions, and build complex social structures. Language also enabled us to think abstractly, imagine things that didn't exist, and create new realities through storytelling and myth. With language came the power of imagination. We could now envision different futures, plan for the unknown, and cooperate in larger numbers than ever before. This ability to think beyond the concrete and the immediate was crucial to our survival and expansion. The cognitive revolution marked a fundamental shift in how humans interacted with the world. Part 6. The Shift to Agriculture: Settling Down, Shaping the Land. For thousands of years, Homo sapiens lived as hunter-gatherers, relying on their knowledge of the land and their skills in hunting and foraging for survival. However, around 10,000 years ago, a profound change began to take place. In different parts of the world, humans independently developed agriculture, learning to cultivate plants and domesticate animals. This shift to agriculture had a profound impact on human societies. It allowed us to produce a surplus of food, which led to population growth, the rise of settled villages, and the specialization of labor. For the first time in our history, not everyone had to be involved in food production, freeing up time and resources for other pursuits. The shift to agriculture was a pivotal moment in human history, marking the beginning of our separation from the natural world. Part 7. The Birth of Civilization: cities, states, and empires. As agricultural societies grew and prospered, they gave rise to larger and more complex social structures. Villages grew into towns, and towns into cities, becoming centers of trade, culture, and innovation. The emergence of cities brought with it the need for new forms of organization and governance. States emerged as a way to manage these increasingly complex societies. They provided law and order, collected taxes, and organized public works projects like irrigation systems and temples. The first empires emerged as powerful states that expanded their reach, conquering neighboring territories and consolidating their power under a single ruler. The rise of civilizations brought with it unprecedented levels of cooperation and specialization. Part 8. The Global Tapestry, Connecting the World. For millennia, human civilizations developed in relative isolation, separated by vast distances and geographical barriers. However, as empires expanded and trade routes stretched across continents, different cultures began to interact and influence one another. The Silk Road, a network of trade routes spanning from China to the Mediterranean Sea, facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and technologies between East and West. The interconnectedness of the modern world has brought about unprecedented levels of cultural exchange and technological advancement. As we face new challenges, it's important to remember that we are all connected, sharing a common history and a common destiny. Part 9. The Anthropocene Epoch, Humanity's Impact and Responsibility. The impact of human activity on the planet has become so profound that scientists have dubbed the current geological epoch the Anthropocene. We are altering Earth's climate, transforming its landscapes, and driving countless species to extinction. Climate change threatens to disrupt ecosystems, displace populations, and trigger extreme weather events. Pollution contaminates our air, water, and soil, posing risks to human health and biodiversity. The unsustainable consumption of resources is depleting the planet's natural capital, leaving future generations with a diminished inheritance. Addressing these challenges requires a fundamental shift in our relationship with the natural world. We must transition to a more sustainable way of life, one that respects planetary boundaries and prioritizes the well-being of all living things. Part 10. A Story Without an End. The future of our species. The story of humanity is still being written. We've come a long way from our humble origins as atoms, but our journey is far from over. The challenges we face today are unprecedented, but so are the opportunities. Advances in science and technology have the potential to solve some of the world's most pressing problems, from climate change to disease. We are on the cusp of new discoveries that could revolutionize our understanding of the universe and our place within it. However, technology alone is not enough. We must also cultivate the values of compassion, empathy, and cooperation.